I know that that old thing for many of you is really precious. And it's not only precious energetically, it's also precious financially, because probably some of you have paid a lot of money for different classes, courses, and different kinds of educational thing just to create some, space and some background, something to create this opportunity for you to have ease with languages. I know. And still, very courageously, I would love to ask you to leave it all behind. Sometimes this dream about having ease in some area of your life is so very different from the dream that somebody else has that sounds in a similar way. So there can be two people, and one person says, I'm dreaming about having ease with this language, and the other person says, yeah, I'm dreaming about having ease with that language too. And very often, those people talk about two different things. I wonder, what are you talking about? What is your signal that you sending into the universe now when you join this meeting, this journey, this adventure? And I know, because I can perceive some energies that I know from my own experience. And I've been working with people in the area of languages for many years, that majority of signals that people emit, those signals are usually the signals of, I don't know, I cannot, I don't know how, I wonder when, I wonder why not. And this is the vibration that is most common. And this is how this universe is working, which is so beautiful. All the things that are hard actually create that platform to create something new. And let me ask a question to all of you. How many people today are really demanding having ease with this language? Millions. Actually millions. How many people are done with traditional methods? Millions too. So how many people are frustrated because of not having successful experiences? Millions. How many people are dreaming about ease and fun and actually being that global being that we all have the right to be? Every time that people are unsuccessful, every time that people are total failure in the trials to get better, in all those moments where people dream about something great and something easy and that smooth progress, every time a new reality is being created. And every single fucking time when we want to go back to the old path, we start feeling negative emotions. Because we know that the easy path is available, because so many people have asked for it. So it's reality. It's reality so palpable, so tangible, so real, that it's really difficult not to notice it. So that's why the discomfort with languages that you might have been experiencing sometime was so huge. If you look at all those discomfort zones that you experience on the way with this language, with actually speaking a foreign language, and if you acknowledge that the discomfort was nothing wrong about you, if you acknowledge that the discomfort was really just the information that your inner being was sending to you, like, don't worry, man, it's all available, it's all here, it's all now, it's all for you, just reach for it. So if you acknowledge that, you will stop judging yourself. And then when people will be judging you, and they will, you will not even notice.
I wanted to ask in that, let's say you would like, you have a new target for this year. Like, for example, Elisa thought about learning Lithuanian language that nobody speaks. So, and let's say, what would you do or be? You need to, this grammar book, you need to look how the words look, or I'm just interested how the the old path.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have your brain inside your head?
I hope so.
I know, at least one cell. I mean, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Can you perceive my energy?
Yeah.
Okay. So how are you doing this?
Just.
I know. It just happens, right? So, are you thinking at the moment?
No.
Yeah. We think we're not thinking, but actually the process of thinking is happening all the time. Some thoughts are just not being very clear to us. Yeah, and if I really asked you a very direct question, so what are you really thinking about at the moment? What would you say? And now when I ask that question, so many thoughts are being visible, really visible. They sometimes even evoke pictures. What's happening? We must have some different factory creating pictures, sounds, creating some kind of version of reality that is possible to perceive, right? There must be some machine doing that. So when you mentioned that, oh, I think I need that grammar book, I need that structures, I do need them too. Why? Because I'm not separating my brain out of me, because it's the part of me. This is what my being has chosen as the machine to contact this reality. And it's brilliant. It's a brilliant combo. It's a fantastic, phenomenal, unfathomable, amazing, ingenious combo. Ingenious. Why am I asking those questions? What would it take for us to create this space where we do not exclude anything that we have available? So how many times have you been trying to get rid of something and it was never gone?
Exactly.
Exactly. How many people do want to exclude the problems with the English language or any other languages? They mostly do this. That's why they've been learning for ages. And still what they are struggling with are the mistakes and discomforts and not being confident enough and not being the fluent speaker, not being a native speaker, not being something. And there comes the day where they are so done with that they say, I just do not have any gifts for languages. Yeah, right. Whatever you say, you're right. Whatever you say, you're creating. So what would it take for you to let the whole universe in? Let the whole universe that shows you. You've got your brain, you're thinking, you're seeing, you can touch, you can smell, you can perceive, you can experience. What would it take to let this all in? And then, believe me, if you let the universe in with all the richness that it contains, all the grammar books will be like most universal, happy, glorious fairy tales you will be reading. Can you imagine that all the grammar information can be the happy information you can let in? This is the change paradigm. This is the change of the whole thing, because people think, oh, wow, she's talking about the new way. The new way has to exclude something that I do not like. What would it take for all of us to create the space that we actually do like fucking everything? That we do not have any reaction to anything, whatever that is, whether it's the grammar book or some old method or some mistakes that we've made, whatever. I mean, really, whatever. I had really enough of grammar when I was starting my studies. I decided to have a break because I was so tired. I was so tired of studying the old way. And I decided to go and do something that was not very intellectual. And I was working for a year as a waitress and the barmaid in the London restaurant. And that was the best school ever. And when I entered the place, They gave me all the equipment that I needed, and I was never prepared to do the job like that. And they just told me, just go and work. And I said, what am I gonna do? Have you ever been to a restaurant? Yeah. So behave as if you were on the other side. And I said, all right. So what does that mean? You will see. My approach from then on with languages was, all right, I'm gonna talk to people in a foreign language. So what would that be if I were on the other side? What would I be if I were on the other side? So basically what I was doing, I was putting myself into the shoes of a native speaker. And that was a really funny tool that was really effective. So I didn't even know that. I know this today because I asked millions of questions about that, because this is the area I'm exploring. But basically, I discovered that this is a tool. So what is it on the other side? And do you see what people do when they try to practice the language? They start choosing easy partners. They start choosing people who are not native speakers. They start choosing people who are of the same native language. They start using the partners who are not proficient enough so that they are not better than them, so that they will not judge themselves, you know? We are creating, again, the same comfort zone we so hate. And what I was doing, and basically this is the kind of character of mine, like, let's go 100% ahead. Like, let's go. And I didn't even know I was doing that, but that's how I was starting all my jobs. I've been doing millions of things in my life. I was a waitress, I was a barmaid, I was cleaning toilets, I was feeding dogs, I was distributing newspapers, I was doing everything. I mean, and I have so much respect for people who, no job I was starting, I was an expert at, no job. And the only tool I was using was, what is it like? What is it like on the other side? And basically, I didn't know that then. But what I was asking about was the energy, was the vibe, was new settings, new pathways, new roads, new connections, new networks, new universes. And it gave me so much awareness of what languages are. They are nothing else. They are virtual realities of their own right, with their own rules, with their own pathways, networks, information included, with all the energies that are creating all the regulations inside. The only thing you have to do is to step inside. So when you ask me the question, what would be my first step? That would be the question like, all right, what's on that side? What's it like in Lithuanian? What's it like? And because you invited me to that space, definitely I would explore your universe first. When you ask me about what would be my step, so that first one would really be that question like, okay, what's it like on the Lithuanian side? What's it like being Lithuanian? Because language is not speaking. It's not. It's not.
It's not?
No, it's not. It's just about sounding. You speak with the language of energy. You sound your language, nothing else. One of those biggest barriers, let's say, is the point of view that languages, verbal languages, are separate. So where is the separation? Where's the wall? Where's the barrier? Like, is this the barrier that is geographical barrier? No, because English is spoken all over the world. Spanish is spoken all over the world. Chinese is spoken by so many people. So it's not about the barrier. There are no walls. So people just believed that their default settings are not changeable. And they believed it so much that they started defending it as if that was the determining factor for them to exist as a Polish person, as a Lithuanian person, as the American person, or whatever nationality. When I'm inviting people to reset, is actually not to reset to something different, is to learn resetting to different settings, whatever you like. As what you said, 40 million different vibes of this language. Yeah. So let's have fun resetting into 40 million. Let's change every day. Let's change every second. When I talk to people ask me, where are you from? And I'm saying, what are you asking me about? Where was I born? Or where was my point of the start of the journey before I came to your place? Or where is my wardrobe? Or what are you asking me about? And I am from the earth. Does that satisfy you? Or I'm the citizen of this universe. Is it better? So many people have put so much significance on the place they were born that they will be defending their language until the day they will die. You are non-nationality energy. You are non-nationality being. And some people just do not understand that. You know, last year I was a bit more like a fighting person, and I was trying to like impose some stuff on some people, which was not a good idea. And today I'm asking questions like, all right, would you like to be a non-nationality being, kind of like a global being, having access to anything that is, being able to communicate with all that is? Yeah, okay. So let's start the journey. And it's not like, yeah, here you go, this is it, you know, have the package, it's done. No, it's a journey. It's a journey. If you want to start that journey, start now. We have actually started, I think. And a lot of things that I'm talking to you about, it's not that I'm talking about this, I'm talking it. It's like I'm being it. And it's not possible for you to protect yourselves from it. Why? Because I am being it. I'm not talking that at you. I'm not talking with you. I'm talking it. I'm being. And the next step that I would suggest, if you want to master any verbal language, is I would just want to be this language. I want to be this. I want to be this now. Whatever it sounds. And the next step would be, oh, I actually am this. I've always been it. Oh wow, I am all languages. I am all languages. I'm being it now. I'm being the ease of all languages now. I love this vibe. I love this vibration. I really love it. My body loves it. Oh my God. I have access to the whole universe. What other non-verbal languages have I access to? Maybe there are some different beings on other planets. Maybe I have access to something extraterrestrial. So, you know, this is the conversation that is so much fun. This is the conversation with energies. And if you start this dialogue, if you start the dialogue with the universe that actually supports you, with the universe that is just there always for you, always supporting you, always giving you those cooperative components, always. But when you live in the space where you know that there will always be the next logical step for you, in front of you, being available for you, will you ever have doubt in you, in whatever area of your life? It's just not possible. Will you be challenged? Yes. And this is so beautiful. Because all those challenges will be forcing you to ask for more. And this is the brilliance of life. This is the brilliance of being on this planet. And this is the brilliance of being able to, you know, reach for any tool that is available for everyone. And the verbal languages are just tools. And if we add that awareness that they are just sounds, that this is just the way you sound. If you remove the borders, if you remove the boundaries, if you remove nationalities, if you remove those separations that people have created, you can just, just play with the sound. You can do it. You could do it when you had no words, just after being born. And have you noticed that kids, when they are born, they play with the sound, not the words? They are masters of sound. So if we see what nature is showing us, look at the animals. They are masters of sound. They are masters of vibration. They are masters of energetic communication. And believe me, the times where there were only animals on planet Earth, no one had problems with languages. Do you have any more questions?
Could you tell any example of how you communicate with the universe?
Okay. Whenever I have the pleasure of waking up, this is, I've just given you the example how I communicate with the universe just now. Have you seen how I've done that? I could say to you every day when I wake up, which is kind of the same thing. No, I have just communicated to the universe that every morning is a pleasure. And when I was saying that, I was being the pleasure I experience when I wake up. And this is how I communicate with the universe. For me, every single word I'm using is a tool to create my now and my future.
Wow.
Yeah. And do I always do that? No. I'm being challenged many times during the day. But I always go back to this station because I love it.